G'day and welcome to the grand final edition of the BFNL Netball Show, and my name's Jenny, I'm joined by Kim. It's a very exciting time of week. We're down here at Mars Stadium. We've got an action-packed audience in front of us being part of this exclusive, exciting time.
Live studio audience today, Chris. How lucky are we?
Oh, they're going off their heads here, and it's certainly an exciting time of week. But before we talk about the big grand final, we did have a big match last week.
Yeah, look, it was a game that we were really looking forward to. We knew it would be a pretty hard physical game and it lived up to all its expectations. But as we thought, Sunbury would run away as winners, and they did, 48-34. You know, they really put their foot down. It's the biggest win they've had over Redan this year, 14-goal win, and gave them real momentum in going to this week's grand final. Yeah,
it's a fantastic achievement by them. And for the Lions to be able to bounce back like they did, and you said it last week, Kim, they were going to come out, the bear has been poked,
yeah,
and they did it.
Yeah, I think they poked the bear, and you know, Ruth Smith stepped up a lot, and you know, we said that she had to, and she did. Chloe Curran had another great game, and Ash Hardy, the 2017 Sally McLean medalist, equal with Ruby Parry, had one of the best games for the season. She was sensational. So, yeah, made their way through, and it's a great effort by Redan. They've restructured their netball program this year with Kate McMahon at the helm, so they should be very proud of their efforts, and I'm sure they'll go on to fight another day.
If we get as good a game as what we saw in the second semi-final in the grand final, fans are going to be in for a treat, because the bar was set last year, but geez, we're going to be in for a good one.
Yeah, I think so. Look, the teams are really evenly matched. I think it'll be won or lost in the North attack line, in particular, and it's how the young kids in Sasha and Maddie Salmon stand up to the pressure of some pretty intense defensive pressure from Monique Clark and Ash Hardy. I think that'll be the real the crux of the game, where it's going to be won and lost. And I think that the experienced defenders from Sunbury might just get the wood over North.
Well, speaking of North, you did have the opportunity to catch up with some of the stars ahead of this week's big game, and here's that great interview.
Hi ladies, and congratulations on making the 2017 grand final. You must be really excited.
We are, yeah.
Yeah, very excited. We just can't wait for the day to come around, Kim.
So, since 2013, this is your fourth grand final you've been in. That's extraordinary effort.
Oh, yeah, like, you know, when you first start and there was a fairy tale run in 2013, you thought, how lucky are we? And to think that, yeah, 2014, we were not around then. Of course, we didn't have the run we did, but yeah, 15, 16 and now 17, it's quite exciting.
Yeah, it's an amazing achievement for North Ballarat, seen from where you come back from. Way back then, and so you've done a great job in restructuring the netball here.
Yeah, no, thanks, Kim. Yeah, and you know, it's like everything, isn't it? When you've got the wonderful players around you, and that it makes it sort of easier for the coach, of course.
Yep. So you're one-on-one with Sunbury. Very exciting game, the last game. I think Sunbury won every quarter, but you had except for the second, which you had an amazing second quarter, and you went 9 goals up, I think, and Sunbury just went over to take it back. What's the plan this time?
Another good quarter like that would be good, but I think it's more probably just consistent across the 4 quarters now. To start really strongly is obviously one of our plans, and then just to keep that consistency over the 4 quarters. But it was a really good game last time. Like, it was just played in really good spirits, and like we just had it was a really good, like, I guess, level of netball out there. So I think it'll be exactly the same on Saturday. I don't think anything will really change from that level, but I think, yeah, as I say, just getting a really good start will be one of our keys to it, and then just keeping that momentum going.
And your match up with Taryn Munro should be one of the highlights of the game.
Yeah.
Did you play on Taryn last time?
I did, yeah. We played a half, so I had half of Taryn and then she went into wing attack. But yeah, it was a really good game. It was a good battle. Like, we're both, I guess, I don't know, it was just, yeah, we just seemed to match up really well against each other. So really enjoyed it. So I assume that's where she'll probably start again, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
A lot of pressure on your young girls. You've got 2 very young shooters. They're both unbelievable players, Maddie and Sash.
Yep.
What's the plan for them, and how are they feeling about this?
Yeah, no, we just sort of keep it low key, Kim. I feel that when you've got young goalers like that, you remind them that you've got very experienced players around you. So don't think it's just all up to you. I know it is up to them once the ball is in their hands to shoot that goal, but I think if they realise that just relax into the game, this seasoned players. They'll look after you. They'll deliver the ball to you, and you just do what you do well to shoot the goal.
And they shot extraordinarily well. I think Sasha might have shot at 87, and Maddie shot at 91% last time.
Exactly right, Kim. So I mean, you can't do much better than that. Well, I suppose you could, at 100%, I suppose. But I just feel that they realise that there's no. Don't take it just on your shoulders, just share it around and it'll all come about and work out in the end.
And the big question, how do you stop Chloe Curran?
Yeah, well, that is a big question. We felt that probably we did okay, and of course they'll be working out different things as well. But I think, you've just got to keep that pressure through the mid-court as well, So, I think we'll just work on exactly what we did on the semi-final and hope that we can sort of keep that sort of pressure going and, come through with it, Kim.
Yeah, well, congratulations to you, Stacey, because you are the Team of the Year captain, named as centre, so that would have been a really great honour for you on Monday night.
Yeah, that was lovely. Like, obviously you don't play for those accolades or anything like that, but it was really nice to be named in centre and then to captain the girls. And as I said on Monday night, like, they're a great bunch of girls. I played with them all, throughout many years, and it'd be a lovely team if you had the opportunity to play together.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I know. But so I mean, that aside, like, I'm just looking forward to getting out there on Saturday now, and it's just been a really good. I must say, it's probably in the strongest A grade competition that I can ever remember playing in A grade, and I think to not even have the top 6 really set into the last couple of rounds really showed for that. So now I'm just really looking forward to getting out against Sunbury and having a good hit out. It'll be really good.
Well, thanks, ladies. Thanks for joining us, and good luck. And we're really looking forward to a fantastic game on Saturday.
Good. Thanks, Kim.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, there you go. What sort of insight did you get there from the City team ahead of this weekend?
Oh, look, they're full of excitement and they're really confident, and I think it'll be a great game. Stacey McCartan is coming off Monday night's Henderson medal, where she was named captain of Team of the Year, and she's really pivotal to their team and how she can drive that ball onto the circle edge and feed those girls. And her and Gina will be a really good combination in just to steady those. And what we take out of it is what Annie said is, they are young in the ring, but they've got the other girls around them that are really steadying influence on those girls. So that'll be the key if they're to win, how much those McCartan girls have an influence on that game. This is a really interesting game. This is the fourth time in 5 years that both of these teams at some stage have been in the grand final.
That's quite a remarkable achievement, isn't it, between the two?
It's amazing, And North have got 2 teams. They've got their under-19s and their A grade, and Sunbury have got 4 teams. They've got D grade, C grade, B grade and A grade. So it's a testament to both these teams.
Simply magnificent. And speaking, I guess, of Sunbury Lions, their dominance, you were able to catch up with their crew ahead of this weekend's big game, and these are some of the things that you guys spoke about.
And congratulations, guys, for making it to another grand final this year. Must be really exciting.
Yeah, cheers, Kim. We're pretty stoked to be there. I always knew we had the capability to do so. So, now we've made it. We've just got to finish off the job.
So I'm not sure if you're aware, but this is your 4th grand final in 5 years.
Yeah, I am actually aware. I'm not sure about Taz. I was explaining to Taz on the way up that we were in the final 2 years ago against Annie, and I lost that one, so I'm out to make amends for that. Yeah,
it's been pretty even. I think 2013 it was Sunbury North, and then you guys in 2015 and now 17, so it's going into 2 years lost. But tell us about your rivalry that's been set up and the respect you have for North Ballarat.
Yeah, we've got a lot of respect for North. First time we played them in the season, it was 6-goal margin, but we were actually trailing most of that game. So we need to make sure we get away to a really good start against them. I think that's the key. And then if you can get on top, you've got to keep on building and continue that momentum. The second game, it was really topsy-turvy. It was a weird game. For me, I've never seen so many big momentum changes. So we want to really address that and make sure if they get a couple of goals skipped, then we make sure we're consolidating and getting that next score on board.
Taryn, it was that in that game, it was the second quarter. That's the only quarter that you lost. What happened?
I wish you could tell me, Kim. Just drop ahead, some forced areas. We couldn't get through our attack line. It kind of crumbled. We got into half time, came together, had a chat with ads, changed up some combinations, and then within 4 minutes I think we'd scored 9 goals. So we know we can come back from it. It was just a lapse of concentration, so we're ready for it. If it happens again, we know what to do, and it's not going to happen again.
It's a bit of a landmark year for Sunbury, really, when you think about it. You have 4 teams, D grade, C grade, B and A. You must be very proud.
Yeah, we're stoked.
Yeah.
We're stoked. There's a great feeling in the club. We know we're going to have a lot of support there this weekend. But the key when I was brought back this year was to really build that depth amongst the club. So I've tried to impart my knowledge onto the other coaches to help them out. And we've really seen a lot of growth there as well. Even our 19s this year actually won a few games, which is great for us because they've actually struggled the last few years and haven't actually had a victory. So we're looking good. Yeah, totally excited. We've got a great chance. Four cups, you know, you've got to be in it to win it, you know. So, and we're there, so we're ready.
You had a great start Monday night, Henderson medal. You had the Sally McLean medalist and also the MVP. Tara, and you were named in Team of the Year. I think you had 4 girls: Monique Clark, Chloe Curran, and I'm missing one. Nash, of course. How could I miss her? In named in Team of the Year, which is unbelievable for your club as well.
Yeah. No, that was really exciting, and to see, we actually also had Ash Dankert take out D grade and Susie Johnson take out B grade, best and fairest, so that's huge. And then Amanda Cusack and Chloe Curran taking out the MVP awards as well. Like, we really cleaned up there, so that created a lot of excitement as well for the club. But all those individual accolades are great, but the cup's what we want.
The one that counts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Taryn, you're most probably lying up against Stacey.
Yep.
Great battle. 2 of the most probably best mid-quarters, I think, in our competition. How do you see that? What's your plan to tackle Stacey?
Well, I only played on Stace for a half last game, but I know she gets a lot of ball and drives it through the mid-court quite well. She's great defensively, so I think our challenge this week is to stop her and her sister pretty much onto the ring, play a lot tighter on them. We probably went with the 4 for too long last time, so I feel like we'll have a lot more one-on-one pressure this week.
Yep.
And I think that'll help us out.
And they've got a couple of young girls in the shooting circle for North. They're very pretty inexperienced. Sasha's obviously she's a champ player for in FNL level, but how are you going to stop their shooting percentages? I think they shot at 91 and 80% last time.
Yeah, it's definitely getting inside their heads. They are young goalers, so you've got to really put that pressure on them. I thought we gave them too much room the other week, so we really want to tighten that up and really make them take the shots that they don't want to take, so the medium to long range shots. They were able to skip it in and out of the circle a bit much, so we want to put a bit more pressure there. And also, look, they did a lot of bounce pass goaler to goaler, so we've got to be ready for that. They were keeping it out of the air, which is to our strength, so we've got to be ready to change it up.
Well, good luck. Congratulations. You've had a fantastic season. You've gone through undefeated except for 1 game. I'm very proud of yourselves, and we're looking forward to a fantastic game on the weekend.
Cheers.
So it seems like they're pretty happy to have all 4 teams participating on the day, which is very exciting. And
I'd be too, wouldn't you?
And the support as well. That's what it's going to be all about. They'll be rolling in very early, and they'll be there cheering right to the very end. Yeah,
and Sunbury have a very large and vocal supporters group, and we know that. And as long as it's done the right way, that's fantastic, isn't it, Chris? But yeah, they'll be out in full force, so it'll be really exciting for them. The interesting fact too, out of those 4 out of 5 years that they've won, they've only won 1 grand final, so they'll be really trying to get that second victory, and I think that'll be great. And you know, I think it's a possibility they can do it.
Yeah. Now, who's going to win this one and why?
Well, as I said, I think the matchups is in both goaling rings. Chloe Curran has been the absolute superstar of our competition this year. Just that tall posting goaler and does the majority of the shooting. Ruth Smith, as we said last week, will have to step up and be that goal attack that we know she can be. She needs to share that shooting duties and take some of the pressure. Down the other end, we have Maddie and Sasha. Again, we spoke about already. They're pretty young girls, but I think they can do it. They've got lots of experience. Sasha's a championship player in FNL level. Mid-court battle will be really interesting between Stacey and Taryn Munro. But there's superstars everywhere. And let's not forget about Ash Hardy. You know, she's that X factor for Sunbury. She's such a tough, hard player at the ball. Both of these teams have players that have been in the Team of the Year. And they've been the 2 strongest clubs, as we said, for the last few years. And it's a real fitting final. I picked Sunbury from week 1.
Yep.
I'm not jumping off them. I think they'll do it.
You know which way I'm going, don't you?
You better be going Sunbury.
I'm jumping on the City bandwagon.
that's good.
I think on the basis of last year's grand final, that hurt the club right to the very core. It's a game that you're happy to be a part of because it's a spectacular affair that has people talking about it for a long time, but they have come back this year and they have had the wood over Sunbury Lions. They beat them in the second semi-final. They know how to do it.
I thought you'd be going Sunbury, just taking the easy option. That's why I said I thought you'd be going for that. So I'm glad that we're split. But yeah, I haven't been off Sunbury. I just think they're just strong too far over the court and just their experience. But you know what? To be honest with you, I had a bit of a feeling that North would have beaten them in the other game, but I don't think they'll do it this time.
I disagree with you. I think they've got the makings of going all the way. They've learned a lot of valuable lessons and learned the ways that they can improve. And no doubt they would have been watching the Sunbury Lions take down Redan last weekend. I just think they've got the edge. Having heard Annie speak earlier on, they've got the eye of the tiger. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they go. Without using the cliche, I think they've got the confidence to rebound from last year and get the premiership win.
We'll see how we go. We'll know it about 4:30 on Saturday, Arvo.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us this week, Kim, and obviously grand final with all our audience here today, and wish all the teams the very best on Saturday.